Alright guys, I wanted to discuss what I carry in my fire kit. Just go over a couple little things. Right inside my pouch, first pouch here, I just carry, let me get it out of here, some char cloth. I carry this inside of a Game-O tin. This is the pellet case that my dad gets all his pellets in for his pellet gun. This is a metal container that just unscrews, and I could poke a hole in it and make more char cloth out of this in the field if I needed to, but I use a much larger tin to make char cloth in all at one time versus making just little small amounts in here at one time. You know, it just takes forever. But if I needed to, I could, you know, cut a piece of t-shirt and make more char cloth out of this tin if I needed. But that's right there, and I actually just carry it in this pocket right behind the snap, so the snap's easier to close for me. Right on top is just a little small cheap lighter. You know, it's just enough to get a flame with. It's easy. I carry 2 or 3 of these in my kit, but overall, the kit that I just did a video on. I also carry 2 or 3 little, I don't know what you call them. I guess they're like grill starters. I know my buddy Ken did a video on them in his one of his fire starting videos. I've been using these things for years. My dad used to get them for me as a kid when I make my fires out in the back. Just an easy little starter. The actual wrapper will burn if you just put a flame to it. It's got enough fuel in it, and it'll actually just seep over to the chemicals. But if you don't have a lighter, you just cut it and tear it open, pour all the white stuff out onto the ground, and take a ferrocerium rod, strike it, it'll light right up, usually the first or second strike. This stuff's very cheap in consideration to the wet fire cubes. They're very thin, super compact, so I just carry 2 or 3 of these in my kit as well. Another thing is a film canister of cotton balls, and actually I have it right here, mixture of Murray's beeswax. This is what Dave did in one of his vids, picked up from Dollar General. This is also the same company that makes the Murray's pomade in that orange can. They actually have both at the Dollar General right down my street. I just picked this one up because it is a mixture of Australian beeswax and petroleum jelly, so I figured it has wax and petroleum in it, so why not go for this? It's the same price as the pomade, and the pomade does come in a metal tin. I just figured I'd try this, see how it works, and I love it. It burns really well. All you do is just impregnate a cotton ball with it. I'll light one up here in a minute for you. But it's $2 at Dollar General. That's what I carry in here. It's just real cheap, tinder. That's what I use the majority of my time to start my fires, versus wasting these that cost, you know, $10 for probably 100 of them or 50 of them. I can't remember how many it is. It's not very bad. Next in here, inside this small bandana, which I use the bandana sometimes. I have other bandanas in my kit, but I use a bandana just to collect like scrapings off bark and stuff of small pieces, just easier to hold. And here is a magnifying glass out of a magnifying glass, obviously. I mean, this is the lens, excuse me. Sorry about that. I just had an old magnifying glass that I broke the handle on, so I just took the lens out, wrapped it up in this bandana, sorry. Works great, works super well. You can use Fresnel lenses, or however you say that word, I don't know. I just don't have one. This was laying around. If I ever run across them, I don't know, I think people are picking them up from the drug counter, whatever. I don't know where they're getting them, so someone leave me a comment, let me know where to grab one. I heard people were getting them for free. Last thing I really carry in my kit, I don't see many people carrying it in a kit, is I carry Purell hand sanitizer. It works great for a fire gel. It'll take a spark, it'll take a flame, it burns for a good long time, enough to get you know, small sticks and stuff burning. Even if you have wet fuel, it will get it dried out and going. It's not a super huge high concentration of alcohol, but there's enough in here to get the job done. Plus, it's just a good bottle of hand sanitizer. So if you need hand sanitizer, a lot of people carry this in their first aid kit. I carry it in my fire kit. It's pretty cheap. I'm all about cheap when it comes to my fire kits because I make a fire almost every time I go into the woods. So that's basically what's in my kit. This is my Strike Force that I carry in my tools pouch on my pack, because I want this easier to get to than the rest of all this, because with just this I can make a fire without the rest of this. All this other stuff is just luxury. As long as I have a good Strike Force, I can make a fire happen. So this is the same Strike Force Dave carries. It is just orange. But you know, it's a great kit. It does have the wet fire cube in the back that it came with.